Tulips or tulipa are a genus of spring-blooming perennial Herbaceous bulbiferous geophytes, or known as having bulb as storage organ. The flowers are usually large, showy and brightly colored, generally red, pink, yellow or white, which usually appear in warm color. Tulip cultivation likely began in Persia or Iran in the 10th century, and it eventually became a symbol of the Ottoman Empire. Tulips are a beautiful but fickle flower bulb that is grown in a large number of gardens. Tulips flourish in any good soil but do best in well-drained loam. The bulbs are usually planted in autumn at a depth of 10 to 20 cm below the surface in a soil enriched with compost. Though they will continue to flower annually for a few years, they tend eventually to degenerate. A common commercial practice is to leave the bulb after the flower have ceased blooming and the foliage has turned yellow. Then store the bulbs in a cool, dry place until replanting time in autumn. In general, tulips are remarkably free from attack by any garden pest. Here is the tulip morphology. Firstly, the photo shown the bulb with showing the tunic and the scale. Second photo is the star-shaped flower of Tulipa clusiana with 3 sepal and 3 petals forming 6 identical tepals. And the third photo is cup-shaped flower of Tulipa orfanida. Next, this is a photo that shows the tulip bulb planting depth in 15 cm from the surface of the ground. And the next photo is the tulip cultivation in the Netherlands. We can see how a large number of the tulip is planted in this garden. Here is the photo of the 7 stages of a tulip bulb's growth. So this is the diagram we shown the 4 seasons of the tulip growth. So firstly, we start with the fall season. Once the ground has started cooling, the bulbs are ready to be planted. Next, during winter, tulip needs 13 until 15 weeks of cool weather to help establish roots and before the shoot will emerge. The third is spring season. After cooling and once the sun starts warming the ground, the tulip knows it's time to bloom. And lastly, during the summer, after blooming, the leaf dry out, sending the nutrients to the bulb. During dormancy, the flower forms in the bulb by late summer.
Now we go to the next chapter, which are tulip structure and function. Let's go. So in this slide shows some parts of a tulip flower. So in the above one, we can see a pistil. So pistil is a function as a seed-bearing female reproductive organ of a flower. Other than pistil, we also have stigma, still ovary and ovule is also function as a female reproductive organs of a flower. Next, we also have in a tulip flower we also have petals. So petals play an important role as the colors give to attract pollinators and also people. So some of the colors of the tulip petals, which are red, purple and also pink. Next, we'll also have stem. So stem is function to transport food, or we call it as a nutrients, from bulb to where it is needed. We also have anther and filament. So anther is the pollen bearing organ at the end of the stamen that secretes pollen. So stamen, so basically stamen, anther and also filament is one of the male reproductive organs of a flower. Right. So in this slide, I have provided 2 pictures of the tulip flower. So it is more clearer than the picture that I have shown just now. Okay, from the picture from the side, from the left side is a show view of the tulip flower from the top, while in the right side is show the cross section of the tulip flower. So in this picture we have 6 parts of the tulip flower. So A is a petal, B is a anther, C is a filament, D is a stigma, E is a stele, and lastly F is the ovary. So the petals serve to protect the reproductive organ, and in most species is to attract the pollinators. Other than that, the sepals, which is not shown in this picture, is to protect the flower bud before it opens. And then the anther and also the filament is the makeup of the stamen. Okay, it is the male reproductive organ, like I said just now. And the anther is produce pollen grains, which is function as a male germatocyte, and the filament is supports the anther and supplies it with nutrients. Next, we also have a stigma, stele, and ovary, which is a makeup the couple. Okay, is a makeup of the couple, and it is function as the female reproductive organ, like I just said just now. And then the stigma is sticky, and also it collects pollen from the anther. Okay, from the anther. Okay, this the stele also supports the stigma and provide a pathway for a pollen tubes to reach the ovary. And lastly, the ovary will contains the female germatocyte, which is the ovules, which can produce eggs.
Tulip breeding is the process of developing new varieties of tulips by cross-pollinating different types of tulip plants and selecting for desirable traits such as color, shape, and size. The first process of tulip breeding is breeders select two parent plants with desirable traits. Next, cross-pollination, which is the breeder transfer pollen which produced by anther to the stigma of other plants, either manually by using cotton swab or with the help of bees or other pollinators. The pollen will be transferred to ovary with the help of styles, and fertilization occurs to produce seed. After cross-pollination, the plant produces a seed pod which is harvested when it is mature. Then, seed germination. The seeds are planted in a growing medium and allowed to germinate. The resulting seedlings are genetically diverse and may exhibit a range of traits. After that, the breeder selects the most promising seedlings based on their traits and growing habits, and discard those that do not meet the desired characteristic. Next, the selected seedlings are propagated through bulb division to produce large number of identical plants, and lastly, the seeds are grown in fields and released in the market.
Genetic engineering enables scientists to modify the genetic makeup of organisms, including tulips, by introducing specific genes or altering existing ones. In tulip plantation, genetic engineering offers numerous advantages. Through this technology, researchers can introduce traits such as disease resistance, prolonged blooming periods, vibrant colors, and enhanced fragrance. Micropropagation, also known as tissue culture, is a biotechnological technique used in the propagation of plants, including tulips. It involves the multiplication of plants through the cultivation of small pieces of tissue in a controlled laboratory environment. Micropropagation has revolutionized tulip cultivation by offering numerous advantages over traditional propagation methods such as bulb division or seed germination. The process of micropropagation begins with the collection of a small tissue samples known as an explant from a healthy and disease-free tulip plant. This explant is typically taken from the shoot tip of meristem, which contain actively dividing cells. This tissue is then sterilized to eliminate any contaminants and placed on a nutrient-rich agar medium containing a precise combination of minerals, vitamins, sugars, and growth regulators. Under controlled conditions of temperature, light and humidity, the plant begins to grow and produce new shoots. These shoots are periodically transferred to fresh culture media to promote further growth and multiplication. As the shoots continue to develop, they form tiny plantlets, each with the potential to become a fully grown tulip plant. One of the significant advantages of micropropagation is the ability to produce a large number of genetically identical plants from a single explant. This ensures the maintenance of desired traits and eliminate genetic variation that may occur through sexual reproduction. Moreover, micropropagation allows for the production of disease-free tulips as the plants are subjected to thorough sterilization protocols, minimizing the risk of pathogens. The multiplication rate of tulips through micropropagation is much higher compared to traditional propagation methods. In a relatively short period, a single explant can give rise to hundreds or even thousands of plantlets. This rapid multiplication enables tulip growers to meet the demand for specific varieties and ensures a consistent supply of high-quality plants. Once the plantlets reach a certain size and have developed well from roots, they are acclimatized to the external environment through a process called hardening off. This involves gradually exposing the plantlets to natural conditions, reducing the dependency on controlled laboratory conditions. Once acclimatized, the plantlets can be transferred to soil or other growing mediums for further growth and eventual transplantation into the field or greenhouse. Micropropagation has revolutionized the tulip industry by providing a reliable and efficient method for propagating tulips. This technique not only accelerates the process of breeding new varieties, but also ensures the preservation and mass production of rare or endangered tulip species. However, the application of genetic engineering in agriculture, including tulip plantation, is not devoid of controversies. The first one, ecological concerns. One of the main concerns raised about genetically engineered GE tulips is the potential impact on the environment. Critics argue that introducing a genetically modified organism, GMO, into natural ecosystems may have unforeseen consequences such as the spread of engineered genes to wide plant population or disruption of native species through competitions. The second one, loss of biodiversity. Some opponents of genetic engineering worry that the focus on creating GE tulips may divert attention and resources away from conserving natural biodiversity. They argue the efforts should instead be directed toward preserving and restoring existing tulip varieties, which could be lost as attention shifts toward genetically modified variants.
Hi, my name is Maisara Rodiah binti Zainal Abidin, matric number 1201038. Now, I will tell to you guys about the benefits of tulips. When we talk about cosmetic, it is more familiar with roses. But did you know that tulips also have lots of benefits in cosmetic world? So today, I will talk more about the benefits of tulips in cosmetic world. The first benefits of tulip is it contains amino acid. Amino acid help our skin to build up collagen in our skin. So this collagen can make our skin look plumper and reduce lines on our skin. The second benefits of tulips is contain flavonoid. Flavonoid is a form of antioxidant. It helps safeguard skin from oxidative stress. However, this flavonoid contains in deeper and darker types of tulip. The deeper and darker the tulips, the more flavonoids it contains. The third benefits of tulips in cosmetic world is it contains fatty acid. Fatty acids are the key to the lipid structure of the skin that helps to maintain a healthy skin barrier and balance the microbiome. Tulips is a wonderful thing in cosmetic world because most of the tulip naturally doesn't have scents, so it is suitable for sensitive skin. Other than tulips give benefits in cosmetic world, tulips also have their own benefits in medical line. Tulip is a flower that are known to be excellent in poultices for insect bites, bee sting, burns, and rashes on the skin. Tulips give quick relief with a soothing effect to our skin. That's how it's suitable for those bad effect like rashes and burns. That's all from me. Thank you.
So in conclusion, tulip breeding plays a significant role in expanding the diversity and quality of tulip varieties. It offers benefits such as increased disease resistance, adaptability, and commercial value. While genetic engineering holds potential for further advancements, it requires careful consideration of both the benefits and ethical consideration associated with altering the genetic makeup of these iconic flowers.